Hey, it's me. You might wonder why I keep bringing up the hard parts, the negative, the dark stuff on this path. And it's a fair question. A lot of people look for ways around it. They want to skip straight to the light, the high points, hoping that will be enough. And I get why. I mean, nobody likes to hang out in what's uncomfortable. Over time, I've seen that real change just doesn't happen any other way. Things can't come together at the deepest level if you skip the parts that hurt. The truth is, you can't really integrate what you're not willing to face. I can feel it though. Some of you starting to see the benefits of that honest, sometimes painful work. It's not all theory anymore. Some of you are seeing things shift for real. I think having a place to do this together matters. There's a strength that comes from knowing you're not in it alone, even when you're in the thick of it. Transformation isn't neat. It's not like you work through one layer and you're done. Sometimes you've made a ton of progress in one spot, and right next to it, there's still a mess you haven't looked at yet. Or you might notice some part of you feels totally open and free, while another part is still locked up. It makes it tough to say, yeah, I'm totally through all my stuff now. I'm not sure that's even the right question, though. What helps more, I think, is staying honest with yourself. Watch for the ways you want to fool yourself or just make it all sound better than it is. Pride can get in the way, wishful thinking too. If you can stay with the process and keep looking at what's actually happening in your life, not what you wish was happening, you'll know if you're stuck or still hiding from something. I see the people, especially in the Alchemy Circle, who I'm able to witness on a daily basis. You've come so far, even just in the last year. There's a different feeling when we meet. Some of you are connected in a way you didn't even think was possible, even after hearing me say it over and over. Some of you are starting to really believe that the problems you carry can actually be worked through, that you're not stuck. When one person shifts, it helps others shift too. It builds momentum, courage, faith, and just seeing proof that things can change. It's contagious. And when you experience those moments yourself, you start to believe you can go even deeper, even into parts of yourself you used to avoid completely. The process reminds me of a spiral, and it's the reason that I often use the crystal spiral for my logo. At first, you go around these big circles again and again, always finding something new you didn't see before. Over time, the circles get smaller. Everything starts to come together. What looked complicated starts to get simple. When you finally touch the center, you find it's love. That word might sound empty at first, especially if you're still moving through the big, messy loops. People use the word love a lot, I know. But until you really feel it, it doesn't mean much. When you finally do, you see that everything you've been looking for is in that experience. A lot of our earlier work, if you go back to the earlier podcast episodes, was about facing the hard stuff, seeing your faults, your negative patterns, the ways you push love away. More recently, I've seen people start to actually change those patterns, not just talk about it, but feel it and move through it. That's the real start of claiming what's yours, your life, your power, your uniqueness. And now I want to talk about what it means to really claim what's yours. Something I've noticed, and maybe you have too, is that people are afraid to let themselves be as great as they could be. It sounds strange, but it's true. Sure, there's a part of us that always wants to feel important, to get attention, to stand out. When it comes to letting your true strength, kindness, or creativity come out, there's often a wall. We get embarrassed. We worry what people will think. We hold back from being our most alive, wise, creative, or loving self. The truth is, you're all of that. Every single person has something special to bring into the world. There's no one else quite like you. The way you think, the way you see things, the way you love, it is unique. That's love expressing itself through you. Now, stepping into that, letting yourself be as you are, is not easy. It's a weird paradox. On the one hand, you're totally unique. On the other, you're also not special at all. Because everyone else is a unique expression of life too. All of us are struggling to get past our small selves, the part that wants to be better than others. The real you doesn't need to compete or compare. When you drop those patterns, your particular flavor of genius can show up. And really, everyone has that genius in them. What gets in the way is the part of us that wants to feel above others, the little voice that needs admiration or needs to prove something. It creates all kinds of problems: shame, jealousy, pain. Sometimes we tell ourselves we want to be better because we feel less than. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe if we stopped needing to be better than others, we wouldn't feel so small. When you look at it, the deepest parts of you, the most loving parts, are never in conflict with anyone else. It's only the part of you that's still divided, still needing to be seen, that gets stuck. There's something else that blocks us from owning our beauty or our gifts. The fear that something bad still lives inside us. We're afraid of our own darkness. The closer you get to dropping that fear, the more you have to face yourself honestly. If you don't, you'll keep projecting your fear onto the world and you'll see it reflected back. And all of that comes from wanting approval, wanting to be loved for being better than others, which is its own trap. The scary part inside you isn't really what you think. That darkness, that devil energy was once just beauty and love, distorted and twisted up. All the anger, jealousy, or cruelty you try to hide or deny, that's just energy, and it can be changed back into something good. When you stop running from it and actually let yourself feel it, admit it, own it, that energy can finally move. The parts you fear most can become the source of your warmth, your confidence, your creativity, your joy. It's only the holding back, the hiding, that keeps them stuck. The stronger that darkness feels, the more strength is waiting to come out on the other side. That's been true for me, and I've seen it happen for others too. To do this, you have to be willing to meet your demons head on, not fight them, not try to get rid of them. See them for what they are. If you can do that, if you can really open up to the possibility that what you fear most might hold the key to what you want, everything changes. The energy trapped in those parts of you can become fuel for love and creativity. That's what transforms you. It's not a loss, it's a return to wholeness. As with everything we do here, it's not about becoming perfect or selfless in some forced way. It's not about being a martyr. It's about seeing where you still want life to be all about you, where you're still holding back. Sometimes we hide this behind a fake kind of giving or by trying to look good in front of others. If you can be honest about your real motivations, you're already a step closer to real change. Over time, as you work through this stuff, giving to others stops being something you do out of duty. It becomes natural. You want to contribute. You start to feel more joy, more peace, more connection. Sometimes you don't even notice that the reason you feel lighter is because you're finally giving from a genuine place. It's a circle, really. If you stay stuck in fear, if you keep hiding from the parts of you that feel dark or bad, life feels smaller and harder. You get caught in a loop of holding back, feeling disconnected, and missing out on the richness that's possible. On the other hand, when you start giving, really giving, first to yourself by being honest, then to others, life opens up. What you offer out comes back in ways you couldn't predict. It's not about losing yourself, it's about finding the part of you that wants to give and letting that be your guide. The work you do on yourself matters. The ripples go out way further than you realize. Every time you make a choice to give, to be honest, to show up, it affects people around you, even people you might never meet. It's like tossing a stone in a lake. The waves keep going far past where you can see. So, as you go forward, I want to leave you with this. The best thing you can do for yourself and for the world is to drop the need to compare, the need to be seen, the fear of what's inside you. Let yourself be as you are. Know that the so-called worst in you just wants to come out of hiding and be turned back into something beautiful. In humility, you don't have to hold anything back. Your greatness will show itself naturally. Recognition won't matter anymore, although it'll probably find you anyway, just when you no longer need it. Your life is valuable. You are a part of something bigger. Every step you take matters. I hope you can take that in, that you can feel that, even if only for a moment today. Love you. Connect soon.